I'm going to give you the story of how I dropped 2 albums, 1 EP, and dropped a total of 29 songs in 1 year. Entire month of December, I'm going to be explaining the process behind my songs. To give a little background on me, my name is Carlo Aaron. I'm an independent artist. I've been making music since 2009, but I started taking it seriously in 2018. In June of this year, I released my first album, The Youngest Will Ever Be, which is going to be the topic of today's video. This album is about young love, young romance, and kind of just what that means to you. I started making this album 3 years ago. I had dropped a project called The Butterfly Boy, and immediately after that, I went to a festival called Smoking Grooves. A lot of my prior music, it did not have like the same melodies that I'm normally drawn to. So I wanted to make an album that had consistent melodies, consistent hooks, and that like can just get stuck in your head very easily. Now the idea of this album came around when my grandmother passed. I saw how loved and I saw how loved she was, and it kind of just made me like start thinking about love in that aspect. Started making me think of like, what is love to this person? What is love to this person? To me, love is a continuous honeymoon phase in a way. So that's kind of the like basis of the album in my head. Now, like I said, I was gonna drop this album in 2024, but the mixing wasn't coming out the way I wanted it to. So I just kind of was like, I'm gonna push it to next year. I was really adamant on it being a summer album. So I was like, if it's not coming out in summer, it's not coming out. And one thing I wanted to do with this album, I realized I really enjoyed the organic aspect of it. I like the fact that I made it in my bedroom. I didn't produce the album. I had a lot of producers I just got some beats from who killed it. They were just amazing. One thing I really liked was on Call Me If You Get Lost by Tyler, the Creator, the song Will Share. On that song, you hear that it's like a messy recording. Not the best mix and all that. I really enjoyed that sense of authenticity. I can tell this is how he felt in that moment, and it could not be replicated if you recorded it any other way. So I recorded it in my room. I recorded on this laptop. I recorded on that little interface over there. I liked the sense of it being a bedroom album. So with that, I wanted it to be authentic. So I had everybody come in here. We recorded it within the span of maybe 2 weeks. Then we shot this album cover, which is an amazing album cover. The way I shot this was because 4J and I went to a park and we were doing all these shots and we're like, yeah, this is cool, this is cool. And then she was like, can you do a cartwheel? I did a cartwheel, that one looked cool. And then she goes, can you do it the other way? And I'm like, I don't think I can, but I'll try. I tried and I fell. And she got a picture and she was like, that actually looks kind of cool. So then I just kept falling, kept rolling down the hill. I kept complaining, but Jen was like, Billie Eilish like was underwater for hours. The least you can do is fucking fall. I feel like everybody can get a piece of themselves on this album, which I was really striving for.